on Good Morning Maine, the Coast Guard has called off their search for an 18-year-old lobsterman who was reported missing on Friday night. Plus, a man was shot and killed by Maine State Police yesterday afternoon in Chelsea, and President Biden is slated to visit our state of Maine later this week, with no word yet on what his agenda may be. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. Let's hit the ground running and get a first check of that forecast. Devin Biggs joins us now.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alright, let's get to things this morning. Not too worried about any fog out there this morning. If you encounter any, it will be very localized in some spots, so you know what to do with that. Low beam lights or fog lights will be necessary if you do encounter any of that. But otherwise, as we get things rolling out there this morning, the radar and satellite is looking rather quiet out there. We'll have to watch for a slight chance for a shower or a storm as we head towards the afternoon period, but most of us will stay dry with a partly cloudy sky. If any action does develop, it will be off toward the west with just some isolated scattered showers and storms developing in a few spots this morning, but that'll be leaving us alone for the most part. But again, that slight chance we'll have to watch out for during the afternoon period. So futurecast moving forward, though, again, a partly cloudy sky, slight chance for a shower or a storm. We'll have to watch for some areas of dense fog that will be developing again as we head towards early Tuesday morning. And a little bit of wind out there as well, mainly out of the southwest in a few spots at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Tuesday, that may pick up just a little bit more at around 10 miles per hour for sustained winds. Gusts up to 20 miles per hour for you Tuesday. Cannot be ruled out either. So your forecast for today, partly cloudy with highs in the mid-80s. Slight chance for a shower or a storm. And as southwind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, the partly cloudy areas of dense fog. Lows in the lower 60s at south breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. A lot of sunshine to start. Some clouds and a slight chance for a storm in the afternoon. Temperatures in the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Well, as of 9 a.m. Sunday morning, the U.S. Coast Guard has suspended its search for 18-year-old Tyler Michoud and will remain suspended pending further information and developments. A press release sent out Sunday morning from the Coast Guard stated the U.S. Coast Guard suspended its active search Sunday, 23rd, at 9 a.m. after coordinating search efforts for approximately 40 hours. Maine Marine Patrol plans to continue efforts in the coming days. Michoud's boat was reported overdue late Friday afternoon and was located near Petit Manan Bar later Friday evening with no one on board. According to the press release, Michoud was last seen on Friday heading out for the day to haul and set traps near that same area, according to the Maine Marine Patrol. According to Commander Megan Druniak, quote, "The decision to suspend a search and rescue case is one of the most difficult decisions I must make." In other news now, an attempted arrest turned deadly yesterday afternoon in Chelsea. According to a statement released by Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss, the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office requested the assistance of the Maine State Police Tactical Team and Crisis Negotiation Team in tracking and executing a search and arrest warrants for 28-year-old Frank Foss Jr. of Dresden. The Sheriff's Office had an active arrest warrant for possession of a firearm by a prohibited person and bail violations associated with a prior domestic violence incident. The warrants obtained were for 17 Hankerson Road in Chelsea. While searching the woods surrounding the property, a tactical team member encountered Foss Jr., who then pointed a gun at the tactical team member. Foss Jr. was shot and killed by State Police Detective Scott Duff. Duff will be placed on administrative leave, and the Attorney General's office will be conducting an investigation. The man accused of hitting 87-year-old Ira Williams in Brewer and then leaving the scene went before a judge Friday in Penobscot County Superior Court. 51-year-old David McKenzie from Holden is charged with leaving the scene of an accident with personal injury and aggravated assault in the alleged hit and run. The accident happened on July 15th. Brewer police say they were able to investigate and identify McKenzie on July 19th, serving a search warrant at the alleged driver's home in Holden, where they found the damaged Toyota Avalon. In court, prosecution said that McKenzie had been drinking at High Tide Restaurant in Brewer just before the accident occurred. They say witnesses have reported hearing someone yelling, "Get off my car," before finding Williams shortly after laying on the ground. The judge said there is probable cause for the charges and held McKenzie on a $15,000 cash bail. His next court date is in October. A Maine man faces several charges for his alleged role in the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol, including assaulting 2 Capitol police officers. According to the Department of Justice, court documents show 39-year-old Matthew Brackley traveled from his home in Waldoboro to Washington, D.C. to attend the, quote, Stop the Steal rally. After the rally, Brackley allegedly entered the Capitol building before making his way through the crypt, where rioters pushed through police lines and headed towards the Senate chambers. Court records show the rioters were once again stopped by police and told to back up. But according to the DOJ, Brackley did not retreat and asked the officers where the Speaker of the House office was located. Then, Brackley allegedly turned to the crowd behind him and shouted, "Let's go," before using both arms to push through the officers ahead. The DOJ says Brackley allegedly led the rioters towards the Senate chambers before police deployed a chemical spray, causing him and others to retreat. Brackley is charged with assaulting, resisting, and impeding officers in civil disorder, along with several other misdemeanor charges. According to the DOJ, more than 1,000 people have been arrested in connection to January 6th. President Joe Biden is coming to Maine this week. This, according to the White House press office. He's slated to arrive on Friday, but no word yet on what he'll be doing. He plans to head back to Delaware that same evening. The last time he visited Maine was in 2018. He spoke at Merrill Auditorium as part of a tour of his memoir about the death of his son, Beau Biden. Mainers took a step back in time this weekend to gain some hands-on learning about the state's history. Each year, Friends of Fort Knox hosts a reenactment of a Civil War encampment at Fort Knox and Prospect. The multi-day event features interactive history lessons, complete with full camps, outfits, and artillery demonstrations. Reenactors camp on site the night before to set up and get into the spirit of the performance.
That's what we're doing, is preserving the legacy of Mainers and how they had an impact on the Civil War.
Fire! You get to actually be kind of like part of history. You're teaching, you're passing on a lot of the traditions.
In addition to the Civil War Living in History encampment, Friends of Fort Knox will be holding events all summer long. For a complete schedule, visit fortknoxmaine.com. The return of an annual festival brought nearly 3,000 visitors to Bucksport on Saturday. Our David Ledford brings us a closer look at the festivities.
We've turned it into a community, family, and an everybody event.
Crowds gathered for the kickoff of the Bucksport Bay Festival Saturday. Organizers say the event has been a staple of summer fun for more than 30 years. With food, live music, vendors from across the state, and a parade running through the heart of downtown. Returning visitors shared their thoughts on this year's turnout.
Seems really busy to me. I mean, we've been a lot of years. It seems crazy down here.
I like the mini cars. They're just like cool. They're like fast and like it's like a go-kart.
Gets better every year.
Organizers say they wanted to show locals and tourists alike that Bucksport has something for everyone, which is why they made some changes to this year's celebration.
The biggest change that we made, besides getting back to the date, was really making as much stuff free for our community and for our guests of our community. We want people to come back here, remember Bucksport.
Boat tours, a free movie showing, and a variety of kids' activities were also included at the one-day event. Vendors say that the festival helps to get the word out about their businesses.
It gets the word out about what we do. We have a lot of people get in touch with us online later on for other orders and stuff. It's a great community thing to see there's so many talented people in the area.
This is our first time out at the Bay Fest. This is our first craft fair, and it's just fun getting to talk to all the people and hearing their feedback about our art.
Organizers say they hope to make next year's festival as exciting as this one. In Bucksport, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Darlings Ice Cream for a Cause truck made its way over to the Maple Crest Farm Animal Rescue in Herman yesterday. The truck was designed as a fun way to give back to local communities and causes. In honor of Maine's statewide Open Farm Day, they decided to help out a local animal rescue.
We love coming out to different events, getting to socialize with the locals and
make everyone's day better by handing them a piece of ice cream. It's really rewarding, honestly. I mean, everyone's so happy to see you, and everyone's very willing to donate to any cause that we go and support. So it's a very rewarding experience.
Everything that comes in through our tours, through the Darlings Ice Cream for a Cause today, everything goes right back into feeding the animals and maintaining the farm and caring for things around here. A generous give back from them to our rescue. We appreciate that very much.
The farm is a nonprofit organization, home to a wide variety of rescue and domestic animals. The Darlings ice cream truck was there from noon until 2 p.m., handing out ice cream and smiles. All right, the time now is 6:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a Belfast business is expanding into Bucksport in order to provide affordable leisure boat rides to locals and tourists alike. We'll check this out, but first, let's take another look at that forecast. Partly cloudy today, highs will be about 86 degrees. It's going to be a beautiful day out, folks. Dropping down to 63 tonight, those clouds will move in, we'll see some fog, chances of thunderstorms. That likeliness will continue into tomorrow, where the high will be similar than today, 86 degrees.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Hello, Eastern Maine. Watch You Bet Your Life weekdays at 10 a.m. here on ABC 7.
Are you game?
Well, let's go. Come on.
To take a spin.
I am ready. Show me what you got.
To take a chance.
There could be $10,000 there.
To make a guess.
Hilarious punchline.
You got it. Whoa.
To take a trip.
To Maui.
To win it all.
Parting waves. That's it.
Then take a spin on the Wheel of Fortune.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7. Are you a local World War II veteran? Or do you know a World War II veteran who may be interested in telling and preserving their story for a future broadcast? Call ABC 7 at 945-6457, extension 3106, or email us at www.wvii.com.
Youth involved in the University of Maine Cooperative Extension 4-H programs took to a farm in Dedham yesterday, participating in activities meant to showcase the work they do within the community. The event was in conjunction with Maine's Open Farm Day, and our Grace Blanchard takes us to the farm to see the impact of their work.
There's a lot of people out here, and there's a lot of things getting done, and there's a lot of happiness, and I think that I really enjoy it.
Farms all across the state are participating in Real Maine's Open Farm Day, and the Lone Spruce Farm in Dedham opened it up as a chance to showcase all that UMaine's 4-H programs have to offer.
Yeah, so today was a great opportunity for us to marry Maine Open Farm Day with a 4-H open house, because 4-H has been such a great way of connecting youth to all there is in agriculture.
Beauchamp also serves as a leader for one of 4-H's newest groups, the Wellness Warriors.
Our goal here today is to let people know what goes on behind the scenes of their food. So we're introducing people to the goats behind our cheese and the gardens behind our vegetables, the chickens behind the eggs, and also let people know all the great things that 4-H has to offer.
They say at 4-H they're not only trying to educate, but also offer hands-on activities for their youth groups.
We don't do anything that these kids can't do themselves. All of it is about being involved in hands-on work. So they're getting practical experience and also just getting to have fun.
They offered lots of activities throughout the day, and members of the youth group say the work they get to do is very rewarding.
Going out and helping other people, and I'm a very crafty person, so I like crafting a lot, and this is the perfect program because we do a lot of crafts and we do a lot of fundraisers.
This is exactly what I want to do with my life, know what's going into the food and sort of just being connected with the outdoors.
And organizers say the proof of the success of their work shows up right on the kids' faces.
Watching them smile, watching them walk away with whatever they're walking away with, that's the icing on the cake.
In Dedham, Grace Blanchard, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Not everyone who lives in Maine or visits has a boat or the means to see the state's beauty from the water. A company in Bucksport is trying to change that. The Back and Forth Company has been operating boat tours in Belfast for 7 seasons. This year, though, they expanded into Bucksport with the Out and About. The owners say they want to provide everyone with an affordable way to get out on the water for several different kinds of experiences.
Being able to get out on the water, it's just a very, very different experience, and it's hard to explain, but to see the fort from the bay, you get that feeling of why it was built there and the presence of it and the power of it.
What we're trying to achieve here by bringing the Out and About to Bucksport is to get people to come downtown and explore Bucksport instead of just kind of hitting a right at that T-junction and heading straight up to Acadia where, you know, the masses are kind of going right now.
The Out and About does several different kinds of trips, including historic tours, a sunset trip, and a 30-minute tour that involves getting ice cream from the dairy port before leaving shore. You can find more information on their website, thebackandforth.com. This weekend was the start of the backyard bumblebee count. Biologists were asking all of us to participate by taking photos of any bumblebees we may find. The count is part of a citizen science project that will help various agencies like the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife keep track of and help conserve the endangered rusty-patched bumblebee and other bees as well.
What species do we have? Where do they occur? How are they distributed? What kind of habitat do they use? It's a way to enlist the general public to help us get that information so that we know how bumblebees are doing and we can do a better job of conserving both them and their habitats.
This is the 5th year of the project. Maine wildlife biologists say that currently Maine has between 15 and 17 different species of bumblebees in the state. There are a couple of those species that they haven't seen in a while, so they were really hoping that more Mainers participate in the survey. You can get involved by going to backyardbbcount.wixsite.com. Important work. All right, the time now is 6:17. After the break, a 7-year-old girl is looking for the owner of what she believes to be a wedding ring. A gold ring she found underneath a shell on the shores of Stockton Springs. We'll have the details of this and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Did you know that an alpaca item is the most wish-listed gift idea? Stop searching for that perfect gift and start shopping for it at the Blue Alpaca in Belfast. It doesn't matter who's on your gift list, the Blue Alpaca has something for everyone with an incredible selection of alpaca socks, hats, sweaters, even stuffed animals, and more. Shop in-store or online and take advantage of their free nationwide shipping. Too much to choose from? Don't worry, the Blue Alpaca also offers gift cards. The Blue Alpaca, feel the difference.
I come down the road one day and we counted 23 trees down. A small compact tractor is plenty to do what you need to do.
From the beginning, he wanted John Deere.
I had nothing before. I was doing everything by hand, unloading shingles out of boats, stone and sand and wood chips. No, those days are over.
We are United, your local John Deere dealer.
Let's go meet some people. Come on.
We come up to visit family. This was my first chance to get away from everybody and go to Rennie's by myself, so I got what I wanted. My placemats,
braided rugs,
and my coasters to match.
Great.
Very popular item.
And then my favorite, the chocolate-covered blueberries. Everything I got, I'm pretty sure is all from Maine.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith. In other news, a little girl discovered something unusual on a Maine beach, and it might just be yours. Callie Warren has the story.
7-year-old Parker Russell was beachcombing during a family visit to Stockton Springs when she found something special.
I was looking for shells with my dad, and then I just saw a shell I wanted, and then I went and picked it up, and then there was the ring under it.
The ring is 10-karat gold, believed to be a wedding band, and around a woman's size 6.5. It was found on the shores of a beachfront Airbnb. The owner of the rental house, Paul Barclay, says many people pass through the beach on a summer's day, so there's no telling who the ring may belong to.
You know, it's here. It ain't going anywhere, so hopefully we'll find the owner.
In the meantime, Parker will look a little closer at seemingly ordinary shells.
What are you now?
A little pirate.
In Stockton Springs, Callie Warren, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
She has good luck on her side. So nice to see she's doing the right thing. All right, the time now is 6:20. Let's get a full look at that forecast with meteorologist Evan Biggs.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, this morning, we're still keeping an eye on the visibility map for any kind of fog that might be developing out there. I think for the most part, we will be okay, though, as things will be backing off. If there is any fog this morning, it will be very localized, so just keep your low beam lights or fog lights ready to go, but I think most of us should be okay this morning. The radar and satellite, look at this, very quiet as we start things off here on this Monday morning. Mainly a few showers to the north and mainly to the west as well, but a lot of that has since tapered off. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky for us today with a slight chance for a shower or a storm during the afternoon period. We have high pressure out towards the east, and we do have a cold front out toward the north and west. We have a little bit of energy moving in later today that could again give us a shower or a storm that cannot be ruled out. But most of us though should stay dry. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky for us today. There's a slight chance for a shower or a storm during the afternoon period as we get the daytime heating going. Later on tonight, though, a slight chance can't be ruled out early, but then will become partly cloudy with some areas of dense fog possible in a few spots. That'll burn off as the sun comes out. Then we'll have more chances for scattered showers and storms as we head towards Tuesday, especially with the daytime heating. That'll back off as we head towards Tuesday night overall. But more fog on the way as we head towards early Wednesday morning. The rainfall, though, nothing meaningful as we head towards the daytime period today. At around midnight tonight, though, hardly anything expected, though. So most of us should stay dry today, but a little bit of rain cannot be ruled out. We'll have a little bit more on the way as we head towards Tuesday as well. So nothing meaningful on the way, but maybe some localized heavy downpours cannot be ruled out in a few spots. Our average high temperature is 81 degrees. We'll reach for the middle 80s today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Lower 90s Thursday, upper 80s for your Friday, and upper 70s again as we get towards Saturday and also in your Sunday. Dew points, let's talk about this. So it'll feel a little humid out there again coming up soon with some 70s making a return, at least middle 60s as we head towards Tuesday and Wednesday. A brief drop off as we head towards late Wednesday to Thursday. But getting close to that 70-degree mark again as we head towards your Friday before we fall back into the comfortable territory for your Saturday. Already forecast coming up for today. Partly cloudy, a pop-up thunderstorm cannot be ruled out. Highs in the mid-80s as south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, partly cloudy areas of dense fog. Lows in the lower 60s as south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, here we go. Partly cloudy, a few thunderstorms possible. Highs in the mid-80s and as south wind gusting up to around 20 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. A slight chance for a storm on Wednesday. Highs in the mid-80s. Lower 90s on Thursday with a chance for storms. And a chance for storms on Friday. Highs in the upper 80s.
Tesoro Italian Restaurant serves Bangor's best pizza, pasta, and sandwiches. Located in downtown Bangor across from the library. Open Tuesday through Saturday 3 to 9 and Sunday 3 to 8. The bar is also open 9 to 1 Friday and Saturday night. Come in and taste what everybody's talking about.
Established in 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful gifts for almost 100 years. Whatever the occasion, our premium collection of colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets have warmed hearts for generations. We strongly support the Buy Local movement, purchasing directly from local farms and growers, and we are committed to the preservation of our environment. Bangor Floral, located at 332 Harlow Street. Stop in today to experience a flower shop like no other.
I hurt my shoulder in a car accident and needed lots of medical treatment, but the insurance company only offered me this tiny little check.
This tiny check won't even cover my medical bills. After a car accident, don't take a tiny check from the insurance company. Call the Twos.
I didn't accept this tiny check. I called the Twos, and Lowry and Associates got me $300,000.
Call the Twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
Goose River Farm and Meat Store is conveniently located on Route 3 across from Hammond Lumber in Belfast. They have a wide selection of meat and poultry, including beef, pork, lamb, chicken, duck, rabbit, and turkey. Buy your steak and meats for grilling this summer.
These days you can buy a new mattress anywhere. However, getting the right mattress at the right price will keep you up at night. When you're ready for a new mattress, come to Dorsey's. We've delivered more mattresses to this area than any other retailer. With over 48 years of experience, the largest in-stock selection, plus our 30-night sleep guarantee, we've got the right mattress for you at a great price. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden. Sleep well, my friends.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
The Department of Justice readying a lawsuit against Texas for its large floating buoys at the southern border, claiming the devices violate federal law and raise humanitarian concerns. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has until 2 p.m. this afternoon to either remove the floating barriers or face legal action. Abbott not backing down, taking to Twitter to defend his controversial border enforcement tactics. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest from Washington.
This morning, the Department of Justice with plans to sue the state of Texas for deploying floating barricades at the southern border. The DOJ in a letter to Governor Greg Abbott writing, the state of Texas's actions violate federal law, raise humanitarian concerns, and may interfere with the federal government's official duties. The department demanding Texas remove the barriers or face legal action.
They do have a valid lawsuit under the statute. The governor's just acting on his own.
In a series of tweets, Abbott defended his border enforcement efforts, blaming President Biden and saying Texas is stepping up to address this crisis, adding, "We will see you in court, Mr. President." But some Texas Republicans are raising concern for the state's latest deterrent tactics.
It's not acceptable.
Representative Tony Gonzalez acknowledging the dangers at the U.S.-Mexico border, though ultimately siding with the governor's actions.
I think you're seeing the governor do everything he possibly can to secure the border.
This says the Inspector General in the Texas Department of Public Safety investigates allegations of inhumane treatment of migrants, following a letter that became public last week, which recounted a patrol where state troopers were allegedly given orders to push children back into the river and refuse water to migrants amid scorching temperatures. Officials in the department claiming the whistleblower misinterpreted the order.
If a member from one of our leadership or a supervisor tells a trooper to push back migrants, what that means is to verbally tell them, go to a port of entry.
The Texas state trooper, ABC News learns, has been on the job for more than 5 years. Abbott's office previously saying Texas is deploying every tool to deter illegal crossings.
Authorities in Nassau County, New York, have been using an excavator to search for possible evidence at a house that belongs to suspected serial killer Rex Heuermann. The 59-year-old architect has been charged in the murders of 3 women on Long Island, and he's a suspect in the death of a 4th woman. The victims were all sex workers, and their remains were found along nearby Gilgo Beach in 2010 and 2011. Heuermann was taken into custody a week and a half ago, and since then, investigators have been meticulously going over his property, looking for anything that may be relevant to the investigation. There have been unconfirmed reports they found a soundproof room in the basement. Heuermann has pleaded not guilty to all the charges. Nova Scotia is getting the heaviest rains it's had in more than 50 years. 4 people have been reported missing, including 2 children. The rainfall has caused serious damage to homes, businesses, and property. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has pledged to do what he can to help get the people of the waterlogged area safe. The storm started on Friday. By Saturday morning, it had dumped more than 8 inches of rain.
Obviously, I am very concerned about the flooding in Nova Scotia. People have seen their homes damaged. People have seen, their safety at risk, and thousands of people without power. This is a time for, particularly with rainfall expected to continue, for people to listen to local authorities on how to stay safe and how to make sure we're all being there for each other in this very difficult time. Federal government is engaging closely with our provincial counterparts. We're coordinating and helping on evacuations through the Joint Rescue Coordination Center.
As of this morning, the rain has stopped in Halifax, and there is no major chance of rain in their forecast for the next few days. That's scary, sending well wishes to our neighbors in Canada. In other news, more destruction in the Ukrainian city of Odessa, killing at least one person and reducing a historic site to rubble. Fox News correspondent Trey Yingst is in Jerusalem with the story.
The Kremlin launching over a dozen missiles, killing at least one person and injuring over 20 others, according to Ukrainian officials. This is the latest in a string of attacks on the critical exporting region after Russia backed out of a major grain deal earlier this week. Among the ruins, this historic cathedral in the Ukrainian city of Odessa.
This is our Ukrainian heritage, and now it has been taken away from us. I have tears in my eyes. I cry all day. It's not fair. I don't understand why they are like this with us.
Despite Sunday morning service goers being in shock following the attack, volunteers came together to parse through the damage.
This strike could have hit the homes of these people, but God had it redirected at His temple. There's so many people here, and they're all united. I have been visiting the church for 27 years, and I have never seen so many people.
And a very different scene at a cathedral in Russia. Russian President Vladimir Putin and Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko meeting with supporters after the allied leaders held talks on Sunday. The two saying that Ukraine's counteroffensive has failed and foreign mercenaries sent to Ukraine would be fighting in vain.
In any case, the general public of the countries whose governments sent people to the combat zone today should also know what is happening there, and we will bring this to the attention of the people so that they evaluate the actions of their authorities.
Lukashenko adding that Wagner troops that are supposed to be in Belarus following their brief mutiny attempt wanted to go on an excursion to Poland. In Jerusalem, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, we'll hear from the 6-year-old boy in Mattawamkeag who's competing in a national mullet competition. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
During Renewal by Andersen's 4th of July sale, get incredible savings on the most trusted family of window and patio door brands in America. Call for your free window diagnosis and begin your Renewal by Andersen signature service experience. A unique start-to-finish home improvement solution, skillfully guided by Renewal by Andersen professionals. Our 4th of July sale is going on right now, but it won't last. Act now, because these incredible 4th of July savings on our exclusive composite fabrics material windows end soon. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Which ballpark, which team has the best snacks? We're talking the most delicious seats, even gourmet level. That's what we want to know. And all this week, GMA's hitting big league ballparks to find out. It's GMA's 7th inning snacks. So, will we be at your team's ballpark?
Whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or any commercial vehicle, we know how to get you the big money you may deserve.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the twos. We win for you.
Bob's Summer of Savings makes buying new furniture a win-win. Because my everyday low prices means you don't have to choose between a new sofa or a fun day with the fam. Get my Avenger sofa or console love seat with exciting features like power reclining seats, USB ports, a drop-down table, and Bob-O-Pedic comfort in gray or black, just $9.99 each. With financing options to fit your budget, so you can make a splash at home and with the fam. Have a win-win summer at Bob's Discount Furniture, in-store or online today.
It's great buy time at Bob's Small Engine Sales and Service in Bucksport. Now through this August 31st, you can get rebates of up to $1,000 on 2022 CF Moto C-Force Off-Road ATVs, U-Force Utility Side-by-Sides, and Z-Force Side-by-Side Trail and HO Sport models. These inflation-busting rebates of up to $1,000 are only good through this August 31st. Don't wait. See these great buys now at Bob's Small Engine Sales and Service, Route 15, 474 River Road in Bucksport.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith, and today is Monday, July 24th, 2023. Today is also International Self-Care Day. Self-care can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Sometimes it means allowing yourself to rest and take a nap. Maybe it means cleaning up your home, doing your dishes so you can live in a cleaner environment with less clutter and stress. And sometimes it means exercising and moving your body. Whatever it means to you, just remember that it requires checking in and honestly asking yourself what you really need and what you can realistically do about it. I think, I didn't write this down, but it's also National Tequila Day. So if you don't want to check in with yourself honestly, you can resort to that. That's another option as well. Okay, on this day in history, in 1897, Amelia Earhart, one of the world's most celebrated aviators and the first woman to fly alone across the Atlantic Ocean, was born in Atchison, Kansas. In 1911, American explorer Hiram Bingham was led by a local resident to Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Incas, which was never before known in North America. In 1915, in what has since been considered one of the worst maritime disasters in American history, I did not know about this, the passenger liner SS Eastland capsized in the Chicago River, killing more than 840 people in Chicago. It's crazy. And finally, on this day in 1974, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that President Richard Nixon must provide transcripts of Watergate tapes to the special prosecutor on that case. All right, moving on now to birthdays. Actress, dancer, and singer Jennifer Lopez is 54 today. Conservationist and actress Bindi Irwin, known especially for being the oldest child of Steve Irwin, is 25 today. She's following in her dad's footsteps. Very cool to see. And stand-up comedian and actress Michelle Buteau is 46 today. She has a new show on some cable network TV, but it looks cool. Glad to see it. She's wicked funny. Okay, let's move on now and check in with meteorologist Evan Biggs to see about what that beautiful weather is going to be like today.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Always good to things this morning. Not too worried about any fog out there this morning. If you encounter any, it will be very localized in some spots, so you know what to do with that. Low beam lights or fog lights will be necessary if you do encounter any of that. But otherwise, as we get things rolling out there this morning, the radar and satellite's looking rather quiet out there. We'll have to watch for a slight chance for a shower or a storm as we head towards the afternoon period, but most of us will stay dry with a partly cloudy sky. If any action does develop, it will be off toward the west with just some isolated scattered showers and storms developing in a few spots this morning, but that'll be leaving us alone for the most part. But again, that slight chance we'll have to watch out for during the afternoon period. So futurecast moving forward, though, again, a partly cloudy sky, slight chance for a shower or a storm. We'll have to watch for some areas of dense fog that will be developing again as we head towards early Tuesday morning. And a little bit of wind out there as well, mainly out of the southwest in a few spots at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For your Tuesday, that may pick up just a little bit more at around 10 miles per hour for sustained winds. Gusts up to 20 miles per hour for your Tuesday. Cannot be ruled out either. So your forecast for today, partly cloudy with highs in the mid-80s. Slight chance for a shower or a storm. And south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, the partly cloudy areas of dense fog. Lows in the lower 60s and a south breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. A lot of sunshine to start. Some clouds and a slight chance for a storm in the afternoon. Temperatures in the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. It's going to be a beautiful day. All right, well, if you think you've seen the best mullet in the nation, think again. 6-year-old Vance Pelkey from Mattawamkeag is stepping up to the plate in a national mullet competition, and he's swinging for the fences. Our Doug Banks visited Vance to see the novelty look himself.
Rat tails, faux hawks, and perms, step aside, because the mullet is back and more popular than ever. 6-year-old Vance Pelkey is competing in a nationwide mullet competition, and if you think he grew out his mullet just for the contest, you're wrong.
One day I went in the barber shop and I got a haircut and I asked if I could have one when I was 4.
Yep, since the age of 4, Vance has been rocking the mullet. Vance is competing in the USA Mullet Championship, and all for a good cause, too. All proceeds go to the nonprofit organization Jared Allen's Homes for Wounded Warriors. To cast your vote, go to Vance's profile on mulletchamps.com. In the meantime, Vance is staying cool and keeping his eye on the prize.
Are other kids kind of jealous that their hair doesn't look as good as yours?
Yes.
In Lincoln, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Best of luck to him. He looks happy. Still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports. Don't go away.
At Firehouse Subs, we give you craveable subs that are piping hot and piled high. And a portion of every purchase helps give them the life-saving equipment they need. Order online or on the app for contactless pickup or delivery. Only at Firehouse Subs.
When Dover Audiology wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Come to Dover Audiology and find out where people from Kittery to Eastport go to get their hearing aids. Knowledgeable, friendly, and reasonable. Dover Audiology is your best place for hearing solutions.
Do you want to improve or upgrade your home? Well, At Home Furniture, Appliance, and Bedding in Lincoln and Dover Foxcroft has got you covered. We pride ourselves in the relationships we build with every customer, from commercial businesses to homeowners. We have some of the best prices on the best brands of appliances, furniture, and mattresses, and we even offer full kitchen and bath remodels with a designer and installers on staff. So stop in today and check us out at one of our locations and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
At Hashi's Auto Enhancing, our focus is on the appearance, longevity, and value of your vehicle. Does your undercarriage look like this? You can go from this to this. And if you have a new vehicle, you can avoid this. Our annual undercoating service will add years of life to your vehicle. At Hashi's, we also do Rhino linings. We can Rhino rocker panels, bumpers, trailers, side-by-sides, and more. We take pride in making your ride shine inside and out. Book one of our detailing packages.
Bring your ride to us to protect your investment.
All the nonsense
Simba.
meets no nonsense.
I don't buy it.
Judge Judy.
Weekdays at 5 on ABC 7.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Summer in Maine means some wild and crazy outdoor sports, one of which came to our area on Saturday. Anyone up for some tractor pulling? Take a look. You might be surprised.
High horsepower. I love it.
Hundreds of people packed the Penobscot Snowmobile Club facility in Herman Saturday for the annual Kevin Call Jr. Memorial Truck and Tractor Pull.
The adrenaline gets you rolling. You get the motors and smell the race fuel going.
Dozens of pullers packed the joint too, some coming from long ways away.
We've got people from the Cape down to Massachusetts. We've got people here from Fort Kent, so we're one end to the other.
The event is in its third year and is held to honor Call Jr., a Glenburn fireman and tractor puller who tragically passed away in 2020.
Anything you needed, he'd be the first one to drop everything, help you. Ken was just an all-around good guy.
The event also raises funds for the Snowmobile Club and their efforts to build trails and maintain the welfare of local snowmobilers.
Oh, it's great. You know, the snowmobile trails, we're all a part of that. We've been snowmobiling forever, so it's good to have some money going towards that.
And then there's the pulling itself. It looks as simple as just pumping the gas and praying it goes far, but it's much more complex than meets the eye.
The length of
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
Looking to buy or sell your home in eastern and central Maine? Look no further than Melissa Bartlett of Better Homes and Gardens Masiello Group. With more than 25 years of experience in the industry, multi-millions in sales, and 5-star recommendations, Melissa knows the ins and outs of the market, making your real estate journey seamless. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, Melissa's expertise will guide you every step of the way. Your journey to a new home starts here with your Maine move and Melissa Bartlett. Call today and let her experience be your advantage.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, Contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Apologies on the disruption in sports. We had a little bit of a technical issue there, but those stories are up on our website, foxbangor.com, if you want to follow up and watch there. We're going to move on, though, now to the historic heat from Arizona to Athens, taking a deadly toll. A record number of people have fled wildfires in Greece, and here at home, the sweltering heat is now spreading north and east. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the details.
This morning, the record-shattering heat wave from coast to coast has turned more deadly. In Texas, officials in Fort Worth announcing 4 heat-related deaths in the county this month, including a 26-year-old man working outdoors. Today, Las Vegas could hit 110 degrees for the 11th consecutive day. In Phoenix, a possible 25th consecutive day. Americans are also facing much higher electricity bills. Many small business owners say they are struggling, including those in Palm Springs, California, where it was 116 degrees this weekend.
It is really a double whammy because not only do we have less business, but our costs like electricity is higher.
Utility bills nationwide were already expected to be up nearly 12% this summer compared to last year. The operators of the Texas utility grid say surging demand has broken records 10 times in recent weeks. Record heat also gripping Europe, fueling wildfires. A record 19,000 tourists have been forced to flee the Greek island of Rhodes, escaping by plane or boat. And today, new evacuations on the island of Corfu.
I've never been so scared my entire life.
During this summer of weather extremes, more than 10,000 heat and rainfall records have been set globally in just the last month.
The earth is screaming at us.
Washington Governor Jay Inslee says this record heat is proof that climate change is harming the planet.
We now understand that the beast is at the door. We knew this beast of climate change was coming for us, but now it's pounding on the door. So we have to dramatically increase our efforts.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
All right, now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. With locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, this morning, we're still keeping an eye on the visibility map for any kind of fog that might be developing out there. I think for the most part, we will be okay, though, as things will be backing off. If there is any fog this morning, it will be very localized, so just keep your low beam lights or fog lights ready to go, but I think most of us should be okay this morning. The radar and satellite, look at this, very quiet as we start things off here on this Monday morning. Mainly a few showers to the north and mainly to the west as well, but a lot of that has since tapered off. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky for us today with a slight chance for a shower or a storm during the afternoon period. We have high pressure out towards the east, and we do have a cold front out toward the north and west. We have a little bit of energy moving in later today that could again give us a shower or a storm that cannot be ruled out. But most of us though should stay dry. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky for us today. There's a slight chance for a shower or a storm during the afternoon period as we get the daytime heating going. Later on tonight, though, a slight chance can't be ruled out early, but then will become partly cloudy with some areas of dense fog possible in a few spots. That'll burn off as the sun comes out. Then we'll have more chances for scattered showers and storms as we head towards Tuesday, especially with the daytime heating. That'll back off as we head towards Tuesday night overall. But more fog on the way as we head towards early Wednesday morning. The rainfall, though, nothing meaningful as we head towards the daytime period today. At around midnight tonight, though, hardly anything expected, though. So most of us should stay dry today, but a little bit of rain cannot cannot be ruled out, and we'll have a little bit more on the way as we head towards Tuesday as well. So nothing meaningful on the way, but maybe some localized heavy downpours cannot be ruled out in a few spots. Our average high temperature is 81 degrees. We'll reach for the middle 80s today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Lower 90s Thursday, upper 80s for your Friday, and upper 70s again as we head towards Saturday and also in your Sunday. Dew points, let's talk about this. So it'll feel a little humid out there again coming up soon with some 70s making a return, at least middle 60s as we head towards Tuesday and Wednesday. A brief drop off as we head towards late Wednesday to Thursday. But getting close to that 70-degree mark again as we head towards your Friday before we fall back into the comfortable territory for your Saturday. Already forecast coming up for today. Partly cloudy, a pop-up thunderstorm cannot be ruled out. Highs in the mid-80s as south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, partly cloudy areas of dense fog. Lows in the lower 60s as south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, here we go. Partly cloudy, a few thunderstorms possible. Highs in the mid-80s and a south wind gusting up to around 20 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. A slight chance for a storm on Wednesday. Highs in the mid-80s. Lower 90s on Thursday with a chance for storms. And a chance for storms on Friday. Highs in the upper 80s.
The first ever Mazda CX-50. Purpose-built for the outdoors. With our most advanced driving technology for responsive, consistent performance, on-road and off, that entices you to go further, more often.
Find your new Mazda today at Varney Mazda, 260 Hogan Road in Bangor, and discover what Varney value is all about.
We were on the Christmas storm. We had just fixed 2 broken lines. We heard screaming coming from across the road.
I was so scared that I was going to lose him. He's the apple of my eye.
Nancy said that Kai was choking, and so I gave him a good hard hit in between his shoulder blades and saw something come out of his mouth, so I knew that was a good sign.
If Dana wasn't here, I don't know what I'd done. He just showed up out of the blue, saved his life.
Do you remember your first day at school? The nerves and excitement, seeing your friends and new teachers, or what to wear. You know, we feel every kid deserves to look their best, especially on their first day of school. Bring your new or like-new school clothes like sweaters, sweatshirts, and coats to any Jordan's Furniture. And Cradles to Crayons will make sure those clothes you bring in will help a child in need. Their day and the days to come will be happier because of you.
I got hurt by a big truck. Why did I call the twos?
Because life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. We got a client who broke multiple bones in a commercial vehicle accident, $700,000. Call the twos. We win for you.
Ooh, you're in trouble. Tonight, whoa, Claim to Fame is quite the dramatic ride.
I trust you.
I will be betraying Monet.
No way!
Find out who's related to who on an all-new Claim to Fame tonight on ABC.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Now let's check back in with Ryan Sudol to see what we missed in sports. Looks like we still have technical difficulties. I'm sorry, folks. Okay, moving on. This was a really heavy theft. Okay.
Much more complex than meets the eye.
The length of time that you're out on the track is really short. You don't have any room for any mistakes. There's just little things on how quickly you can apply the throttle, and that's just the main thing. Between the clutch and the throttle, those are the 2 key things that you have to control as a driver.
And the number 1 thing not to do?
You don't want to brake. Braking stuff costs a lot of money.
Point taken. But how does one become a puller? Well, a lot of the time, it's all in the family.
Well, my grandfather, he had a truck. My dad drove his truck, and then I drove his truck, so it's kind of just going down the line, you know. We all love it.
There was a lot of love going around on this day, and to many, that's what makes the pulling community and these events so great.
And it's fun, and it's good to spend time with family and see family here, and it certainly keeps people together, and that's what we need more of.
I might go to another one of those. You never know. Another big event right here in Bangor Saturday and throughout the past few days, the Senior Little League Baseball East Regional made its way back to Mansfield Stadium. As of Saturday, 4 teams remain: Rhode Island, Maryland, Pennsylvania, who clinched a spot in the final, and New Jersey. Winner gets a trip to South Carolina for the Senior League World Series. Playing with those stakes is enough to pump up these guys, but being able to play at a facility like Mansfield puts it over the top.
Our primo field in town, we have 3 big diamonds in town, is not even close to this. And we thought we had a really nice field. Then we come up here and look at the care that's put into this field, the amount of time, the pride. It's just unbelievable.
This is way nicer. It's the nicer stadium, field, everything. Environment, weather, all of the above.
Another factor has some of these kids even more dialed in. For those 16-year-olds on the squad, getting eliminated from the tournament means that their days playing under the Little League umbrella are officially over. Those leaving are so grateful they've made it this far and are playing every single game like it will be their last.
It's just leaving everything out on the field because any game could be my last game. So I've just got to play my hardest and make it a good last game.
Able to make the state tournament 4 years with this team. We took 5th, 4th, and then 3rd at states, and we were able to win it this year. Get to regionals, and now we're sitting in the finals, so it's just awesome to be here, and I'm really just trying to let it sink in, take advantage of it.
Okay, speaking of Little League, the Little League Baseball State Championships are being held in Herman this year. Action kicked off Saturday. Grey New Gloucester combined no-hit Ellsworth in Game 1. Biddeford against Augusta in Game 2. Let's go to that one. Beautiful day for some ball, am I right? This one was scoreless until the bottom of the 4th when Biddeford's Brandon Lyons nailed a single into left center. That scores Evan Doyen, and it's 1-0 Biddeford. Top 5th. Augusta says right back at you. Justin Velo. What a swing on that. Base hit to right. Scoring is Nolan Noyes. We are knotted up at 1. Bottom 5, Augusta flexing their defense. Grounder to short. Davis Noyes, the force out at second. Over to Grady Fuller. Double play. Top 6 now. Some great defense from Biddeford. Nolan Noyes, bouncer to Anthony Curro. Toss to Lyons at second, just in time to get the lead runner out. Then Connor Norman on the mound. A great stop on this rocket by Gavin Noyes, potentially saving extra bases and getting them out of the inning. It would go to extras with Biddeford walking it off 3-2. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Now, okay, for our last story, this was a really heavy theft. Authorities are searching for those responsible for stealing a 150-pound statue and other items from the set of the highly anticipated Beetlejuice 2 film in Vermont. Police say they received reports of 2 unusual incidents from the filming site. Some of the items stolen: a large skeletal statue and a lamppost with distinctive pumpkin decorations on top of it. Beetlejuice 2, a sequel to Tim Burton's iconic 1988 horror comedy about a mischievous poltergeist from the netherworld, is coming out next year, hopefully. With all the stuff going on in Hollywood right now, I guess you can't really tell. Okay, lastly now, for real, what's become known as Barbenheimer is even more popular with moviegoers than expected. The industry analysts are estimating the new movies Barbie and Oppenheimer together will take in more than $235 million in net worth in America after this weekend. Barbie had a first-place debut, pulling in about $155 million in the United States and Canada. Oppenheimer opened in second place with more than $80 million. When you add in the ticket receipts from the other movies now playing, the total comes to a whopping $302 million for the weekend. All right, that's about all we have time for today. Have a great day.